All right, welcome to Mommy Mondays with Carly and Mommy Tuesdays podcast. So today we're going to be going over spiritual pregnancy. This is for anyone, doesn't matter who, doesn't matter what trimester you're in, if you're preconception. This is just great information for all. So today I'm going to give you some information on how to become spiritually connected during our pregnancy, some things you want to avoid, and just overall tips to feel like you are one with your baby. So some ways that I personally stayed spiritually connected with my children was through meditating, even if it was just in the shower for 10-15 minutes out of the day. That water is going to wash away your worries. It's going to allow you to rejuvenate and just feel fresh. You have a fresh start. You're clean. Everything's new. It's just a really great way to kind of reset your body and mind, and your baby in this case. So even if you don't have a dedicated space to meditate, sometimes just cleansing yourself in the shower can help reboot and really put you on a positive note. Another thing that I did when I was pregnant that I recommend everyone to do is positive birthing affirmations, positive pregnancy affirmations, things like this to get you just in the correct mind space for your pregnancy, for your labor, for your delivery, and postpartum and beyond. So investing in some birth affirmation cards, finding some online, even if you're just going to go on Pinterest, that can be really useful too. Another really great thing to do if you're meditating is just waiting until everyone falls asleep. If you have people in your home at all times, maybe sitting out in the car alone, maybe on your way to work, it might be at work. Meditating looks different to everyone, and you might not even know you're meditating when you're doing it, but you are. You want to set positive intent to yourself and your child. You want to try and picture who they are going to be, how excited you are for what's to come when they're earthside. It's just a really great way to try and connect with the inner you and your baby. Spiritual pregnancy is also a healthy diet. Having the correct nutrients that you need while you're pregnant. Maybe you need to take some supplements. Maybe you're lacking in some places. Take care of your body and the nutrients that you're getting so you can give the best outcome to your child as well, because that is also a major part of development. So we've gone over positive birthing affirmations, positive pregnancy affirmations, postpartum, things like that, and meditating. Like I said, you can do it in the shower, you can do it on your way to work. I want to go over prenatal yoga because it's super important for your breath work. It helps with circulation, it helps with sleep. These are all massive things. If you are not dreaming, you're probably not getting enough sleep, or you're not having a sound sleep. If you've researched different studies on dreams, you'll realize that if you're dreaming, you're actually in a really good deep sleep. Now think to yourself, when was the last time you actually dreamt? Have you been stressed lately? What's your diet like? What's your bedtime routine look like? Because these are all massive things that come into play, especially while you're pregnant. You really want to make sure everything is balanced as much as it can be, even if your life is hectic. Setting up a nighttime routine, maybe putting your phone away an hour before bed. If you have a TV in your room, that's okay. Some people need sound asleep. That's fine. Maybe just turning it down so you can kind of disconnect as much as you can while you're trying to fall asleep, because those are distractions. Blue light's also a distraction. It doesn't help us at all when we're trying to go to sleep. It makes our brain stay in an active mode. So disconnecting a little bit before bed, making sure you ate healthy throughout the day, or even just around dinner time, making sure you ate something that was balanced. Try and take a shower. Do some mindfulness. Do some writing. Write down what you thought today. Write down if you felt any kicks. Write down if you felt anything, if you felt any presence of anyone. These are big things, because then you can go back and reflect on them. And you can say, oh, that's what I felt yesterday. I didn't even know I felt that. Reflection and journaling is also huge because it makes you put your day into perspective. It actually makes you dig deep instead of just being almost robot-like We're all in that pattern, even as much as we say we're not. We have a routine, we stick to it. So writing down what you did can actually be really nice, especially if you are in more of a negative mindset. It can make you feel like you accomplished a lot, even if you only accomplished a little bit that day. It still looks like a lot on paper. Writing down what you did can actually be really nice, especially if you are in more of a negative mindset. It can make you feel like you accomplished a lot, even if you only accomplished a little bit that day. It still looks like a lot on paper. Getting up out of the bed every day is huge, especially if you're in one of those downward spirals, and they happen. They even happen while you're pregnant. Like I said, writing them down, journaling, that's huge. That's going to change your mental health in a massive way. Meditation, mindfulness, prenatal yoga, these are all massive things to a spiritual pregnancy. And I'm talking spiritual as also finding yourself throughout this journey, because you are a new version of you. You have someone attached to you at all times. You're growing and developing for 40 weeks with this person. You don't even know who this person is, but you're still bringing life in and creating one. So that's big enough in itself to freak most people out. And allow it to freak you out. Feel the feelings and write them down. And you find you're still worried, that's okay too. These are normal things. We're all human. We all process differently. It's just really good, and I can't express enough how important journaling is, or even taking notes down on your phone. If you don't have a journal, if you feel more confident in typing it out versus writing. I like journaling more because you can see it physically in front of you. It's an object right in front of you versus you typing it on your phone screen and then forgetting you even had that note. The purpose of journaling is to look at it the next day or a week later after you've done all of your journal prompts, because it really will help you. And it will put a lot into perspective. If you write down what you stressed about that day, maybe if it was laundry or your other child, or you're having morning sickness that day, maybe next week when you look at that, you might laugh. You might laugh and say, oh my God, I'm going through something much harder this week, and last week it felt like the end of the world, and I'm actually getting through it this week even easier. The more you do it, the easier it will be to get through some of these other hurdles that you're going to face in your day-to-day life besides being pregnant. Being pregnant isn't your new identity. You're still you. So you still want to remember who you are and connect with you. If you're alone and you don't have family or friends around you, maybe you live half on the other side of the country and all you know is your midwives, your OB, people at your work, your partner. Some people don't even have partners. You still need to find outlets to connect with people, even if it's online, even if you're joining some mom groups online, because people are in the same or similar situation as you. Not every person goes through the same thing. So people are in similar situations and they want to connect with you too. So allow yourself to make connections with people. That's going to help tremendously with your mental health. It's also detrimental, so you just don't feel like you are stuck in this eggshell while you're growing a new person and you're also turning into a new person. A blossomed version of you, I should say. So with that, I guess you could say my version of spiritual pregnancy. It looks a little different than some, but each person has their own definition to spiritual pregnancy. So allow yourself to make your own.